Okay, this is for you, Trey. Hey, we're assembling a Marvel Spider-Man 6-volt Spider-Man SUV ride-on. First thing you want to do is get all the parts, line them all up, 1 through 25. They have the list on the manual. So wheels are 1, and as you go towards your right, the parts will be in numbers. Some of the parts, however, are on the SUV already. So if you can't find the parts, then look on the body of the SUV and they're already on there, like screws and stuff like that. Okay, first step is we're gonna have to let's see how they word it in the manual. First install, it says lift up rear wheel support, and this to be the rear wheel support here, and so that the support legs line up into the support mounts. Loosen the screws as needed to fit support legs. Tighten 2 screws securely to the legs. Do not come out. So what we're gonna do now is the support here goes down into here. So what you're gonna have to do is take both the screws out. It's a nut, it's a screw and a nut, which is here and here. Screws on the inside and the nut is on the outside. The nut is on the outside, inside, and the screw is on the outside. So you're gonna need a Phillips head to unscrew that, and the nut will come out. Take both of them out. And the reason why you have to take both of them out, because the only way it'll slide in there is both of them are out together. You slide them in together, because if you tighten one down, you're not going to be able to put the other one in, because that one's tightened. There's no wiggle room to be able to put the other side in. So we're gonna once again take that nut and screw out and take that nut and screw out. Then you're gonna slide, let the support down in there. Now put the screws back in, tighten them down, and that'll be step 1. And sometimes the nut will stay in there, sometimes it won't. And if it does, that's a good thing. If it don't, you're gonna have to probably screw it in with your hand. So this particular one stayed in there. Hopefully this side does the same thing. Okay, now we're gonna put the rear support in the pegs here. We'll go in, just kind of line them up. Okay, as you can see, they're down in there now. So now you're gonna have to put the screws and the nut back on. Just slide them through. They have the support has holes in them where the screws go through, as you can see. So the screws go through the little. There you go. So you just slide it down into there. both sides at the same time so they line up, right? And just put screws and nuts in there. And that'll be step one. Okay, so we're gonna just start screwing the Phillips head. Till it tightens, but don't over tighten. Nice and snug. So that's one side, then we have to do the other side. Okay, I got the screw in, and if I can find my screwdriver that I lose every second, here it is. Start screwing that in. Tight it up, but not too tight, nice and snug. Okay, that's step one. Now you have the whole bar tight and secure. So let's go to step two. So it said remove existing hardware from axle. So they have this cardboard around there. I'm gonna cut it off with wire cutters. And I believe they have hardware on the axle once I take off the cardboard. So okay, that's the existing hardware on there. Looks like a nut and two washers on both ends. So that's the existing hardware where we're gonna remove. So I'm gonna take that off and we'll take it. Okay, next step says remove existing hardware from axle. Keep two washers on axle as shown. Insert axle through rear axle support and motor as shown. Okay, so basically we're just gonna thread the needle. We're gonna slide the axle through the housing, which is done already. I'm gonna do it again here. Okay, I'm about to slide the axle through the housing. Make sure these two notches are on the right side when you slide it in, because the other side doesn't go. So we're gonna slide it all the way through, and then it's gonna go through the housing. And the motor might fall off. Okay, so you're gonna have to hold the motor in to line the hole up. And I'll do that 1 second. Okay, I lined it up real easy. Just line it up and slide it through. Remember, the two notches here. The notches right here should be on the right side, the opposite of the motor. So, okay, next step. Step 3, install rear wheels. Firstly, install plumb coupling on the right, then install rear wheel, gasket and screw onto rear axle. Finally install wheel cover on the rear wheel. So this will be your plumb coupling here. Just slide that onto the wheel. This will be your little gear that makes the vehicle turn. And then you're gonna slide it onto this axle here. Okay, that's your tranny. We're putting the tranny on. Then I call it a washer, they call it a gasket. You put the washer / gasket on and then put the screw on, and then you mount the wheel on right over here on this end here. Washer / gasket and screw goes there. So that'll be step 3. Okay, the box comes with a tool right here. Instead of using the pliers, in the next version of the video, I tell you use pliers. Well, you don't have to use pliers. You can use this tool. It'll screw the screws on for the wheels and a few other things. So don't pay attention to the pliers. Use this tool right here to screw the nuts on, the wheels, and a couple of other things. Okay, so it's on now. There's your washer / gasket and your screw. What I did was I used pliers to hold on to this axle right here. Put this here to hold it down, so I was able to screw this in with regular pliers. So I held it on the right side and I screwed it with this to make it snug. Okay, we're gonna install this. Make sure you put it on right. That's the inside of the wheel. Just slide it over to the axle. All the way it can go, and put your washer / gasket on, and your screw here, a nut here. So what you're gonna have to do is hold this axle right here, like I showed you here. Right in here, you can put some pliers here, and on the other side, another set of pliers. Hold the axle with one and tighten with the other. Okay, it's on now. Mount it. Let me give it a little spin. Oh yeah, spins really good. Of course, this one isn't gonna spin because this is the motor part, so you can hear it. That's the one that's gonna get the vehicle moving. So, but that's gonna spin freely, and that's perfect. Okay, let's go to the next step. Okay, step 4, loosen the screw from the front axle. Number 3 part, and also loosen the screw from the Z steering shaft. Install the 5 springs at both ends of the square pipe, then insert the 3 front axle through the 5 spring and square pipe as shown in the figure. Finally tighten the screw. Put the Z into the center hole of the 3 front axle, then tighten the nut. Yeah, that's some vague instructions, but I kind of get it. Okay, since I do have these things lined up, that's the front axle and that's the springs. As you can see, I have them all lined up. So that's the next. That's the front axle. That's your springs right there. So we're gonna grab those and get them installed. Okay, I'm gonna cut the cap off here. Okay, so this is the rear axle here without the cardboard, and I think I'm supposed to loosen all these nuts off here, as well as loosen this piece right here. Loosen that piece right out there too. Okay, breaking news. They do have a tool to remove this stuff. I was using pliers, but they do have a tool. They have two of these in here, so you can actually use this little plastic tool wrench that comes with it and remove that, opposed to using the pliers. So I'm gonna loosen all these, 1, 2, 3, 4, including that one, 5, with my new tool. Okay, here's the springs here. What we're gonna do is take the plastic off, and these are gonna go on here like so, little shock absorbers. Gonna go like that, and then the bar is gonna slide in between the springs. You're gonna tighten the nuts up on there to make sure they're secure. So let's do it. Okay, so now we just gotta screw them down. This takes care of the steering. It's your steering wheel, right? That connects to the steering wheel right there. So we gotta put the nut back on there to secure it, and the nut underneath here, and the nut underneath here, which is those 3 nuts, and here's the tool to do it with. Okay, that's tightened, and underneath here, that's tight. I used a little plastic tool there, and just tighten it all the way till you can't tighten it anymore. So, and even with your tires, you go back over them and tighten them with that plastic tool, and go as tight as you can do it. That tool take as far as it can go. Okay, so we got the axle on. Let's go to the next. Okay, next step 5. Number 1, loosen the screw and gasket from number 3 front axle. Number 2, install number 2 front wheel. 9, gasket / washer, and 8, screw onto the 3 front axle. Then install 7, wheel cover onto the 2 front wheel finally. Okay, what it's saying is put the take these screws, washer / gasket. They call it a gasket, but I'm gonna start calling it a washer from now on. So you get my meaning. Take those off. I think you leave the one on. You leave one washer on. Put the wheel on like that. It goes on like that, both sides. So put the wheel on, then you screw it down. Here we go. Okay, that's the inside. That goes on the outside. Just slide it onto the axle there. Inside goes right. Make sure you have a washer on the inside. Slide it on. And you just have to put the other washer and the nut on that side. a spin. Oh my God, Jesus. I'm good. I'm gonna keep it real, people. I'm pretty good. Okay, same thing with the left side. We're just gonna make sure the washer's all the way to that side of the axle. Make sure that side of the wheel is you're installing, so you don't install it backwards. Slide it in, slide it all the way over, and put the washer on, and the nut. Then use your little plastic tool here, made specifically for these nuts. Nice nut top. Give it a wheel. All right. Okay, we're gonna put the wheel covers on now. As you can see, they have these little marks here. 1, 2. And you got 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, they got 4 marks there. And those marks line up with these little pegs here. You see, that's 1, 2, 3, 4. So you just go in those little gaps there. Just push down. Okay, Spider-Man wheels. And you got 4 of those. And I'll do one more, and pretty sure it's not too hard to you know, not too many more instructions on how to do that. Just pop them in little gaps. Okay, here we go. There's a spot right there. Just line it up in there, and all the other ones will line up in place. That's the motor, so just do the other 2 like that. Okay, we got all the wheels on. The SUV is right side up now. Look at those Spider-Man wheels. So let's start on the top of it now, the inside of it. Okay. Step 6, install steering wheel. Remove the screw from the steering wheel first. Place and fix steering wheel on steering yoke as shown in the figure. Then insert screw back to the steering wheel. So we're gonna take the screws out of the yoke, put the steering wheel, slide the steering wheel onto the yoke, and then re-secure the steering wheel with the screws that you took off. So this is steering wheel here. You're gonna remove that screw and that nut. You're gonna slide the steering wheel on here, and then you're gonna screw the screw and the nut back on to secure the steering wheel. Okay, now you have to put the screw inside there and line it up. Okay, the steering wheel was a little problematic trying to get that screw through the steering wheel, so you got to kind of wiggle it around until it makes its way through to be able to put the nut on. So it took me 3-4 minutes to kind of line it up and get the screw to go all the way through, but I finally got it. It's tight and secure. Okay, I'm going to install the wind deflector. Just slide one corner into the little hole there, and the other one slides right down into that hole there. Push down, and your wind deflector's on. Then you want to put the mirrors on. Mirrors pop on. Pop in place. You know, you gotta make sure you can see behind him. So, or her. Okay, you're gonna have to
Merry Christmas.
Install these two couplers right here to get it to be able to charge. You just snap those two together, and we'll put the seat on in a sec. Okay, the two couplers are put together and it's ready to charge. Now you're gonna put the bottom seat. And you see those 3 slots there. You got 3 slots on the bottom of the seat. They just slide right down into slots right there. There you go. Then you're gonna mount it with a screw here, and you're gonna mount it with a screw here. Then you put the top of the seat. Top of the seat mounts into those little slots right there. Yeah, this slot right there that slides down into the slots right there. And as you can see, there's a screw that goes there and a screw that goes there. Little mounting screws. They're little Phillips head screws, and that'll secure the seat in there. Okay, you also have the back rack. I partially put it together already. It comes in 3. That side, and the back. So I already put it together already. So you're gonna have to snap them in. The little bar right there snaps into the little forks right there, and they go slots into those slots. Into their slots. You push them down. You probably can use a screwdriver to push the tabs in so they'll slide in. And oh wait a minute, I have it wrong here. They go like that. Then you have the 2 fog lamps that goes up top here. Slide those into the slot. You can either squeeze them in or use a screwdriver and squeeze them in and slide in, and they'll lock in. And in a second, I'll put the fog lights on. Okay, the rack is mounted, slid in. Now let me put the fog lamps on. Okay, the fog lamps just slide on like so. Okay, get the fog lamps on, and we'll be finished. Okay, now how to charge the battery. Just okay, just charge the battery. You just stick that in there, like that. Plug her into the wall. And it's charging. Give me a thumbs up if you like the video. Subscribe and like and even comment. Thank you. Merry Christmas. Happy holidays.